I'm not a doctor. This is not medical advice. I do not suggest using Sananga eye drops. They hurt like hell. I wouldn't. Except I did. I wanted to heal my eyes, and this is just the story of how I got from 20/20 vision with prescription eyeglasses to 2015. I just saw my eye doctor last week. So I'm going to start at the beginning of this story, which I guess I could go at the beginning. When I was in junior high, I got prescribed glasses, and every single year afterwards, I had to go get a new prescription. My eyes just got worse and worse every single year. I could not see signs. If I was in like a large area, such as like the airport, it was very disorienting not to be able to read the signs. And also, of course, you need to be able to see signs on a highway if you're driving. And so I had to get eye prescriptions every single year. So 2014, I went, and it ended up being my last prescription until last week. So 2014, I went to the eye doctor, and he said, once I talked to him this time, that I was 20/20 at that point in time with my eyeglasses. And these are the frames I got back then, 7 years. And so he also had the information about other things, such as I had eye pressure that was 20, it's now 18, so that's gone down into a more normal range. And there's other things. Yes, I needed a new prescription slightly. I didn't need it, I guess, technically, but he prescribed it because it would have been, a little bit more clarity. But he said these glasses are going to be perfect for a backup pair, which you wouldn't say if you couldn't use them while driving or something, These glasses are very close to my prescription. He was amazed at what happened with my eyes, the fact that it's been 7 years. And of course, all doctors are going to be like, you should come in for a checkup more often. I wanted to heal my eyes myself. I still want to do more. And I want to talk about why I think it's the Sananga drops that are causing the 20/20 to 2015 difference, whereas I still need new glasses. I mean, in the eyes of an eye doctor, I need them. These would have been fine. I went in to get new frames because, these frames are a bit old. And he said most frames last 2 to 3 years, and I've gone 7. So they did really well for me. There are many things that could have led to the fact that my eyes are doing better in this respect. Now, there's 2 different respects. Obviously, I need a new prescription to be able to see. But once I get that prescription, the 2015 means that you can see clearer. If I recall correctly, it means that I could be 5 feet away from somebody else who's in front of me. They would see something at this length, and then I could be 5 feet away and still see that thing just as clear as them. So I can see a little bit more clear long distance range. And that is actually what Sananga drops have been used for in the past. It's not just about being able to see clearly farther away. That is what they used it for, to be able to help in the hunts, to, kill innocent animals farther away from them. And that's not what I got mine for. I just wanted to be able to see more clearly. So within this time frame of 7 years, the clarity that I noticed only happened when I started taking the Sananga drops in the summer of last year. And so my story is, at first I was looking into ayahuasca. That is ayahuasca by itself, just the pure vine of ayahuasca, totally legal here in the US, whereas some people call this mixture of ayahuasca plus hallucinogenic stuff into a mixture for spiritual purposes. They call it ayahuasca, but it's actually a mixture of ayahuasca and something else. That is illegal unless you are specifically in a religion that allows that within the United States. But that's totally different than what I'm talking about, because I'm just talking about the ayahuasca vine. The ayahuasca vine, I was microdosing it, and it came from Soul Vine, and I ended up in a group of theirs on Facebook. This is last year. And so I found out about the Sananga drops, and I started looking into it. I'm like, well, I wanted to clear my eyes, and here we go. So I believe in the law of attraction, and step one, you have a desire. I want to be able to see more clearly and help heal my eyes. And so step two, you allow, and then step three, then it, manifests. You're allowing it in. And so yeah, I started using the drops as soon as I saw them. I was like, I'm going to get some of these, and started using them with my ayahuasca. They used to use it together in these ceremonies because the Sananga drops are supposed to help you clear up your spiritual vision, to see more clearly spiritually besides physically. And they would use it in combination with the ayahuasca to be able, if you're going to have a vision, you'd be able to see something more clearly with the Sananga drops. The ayahuasca by itself, there's no hallucinogenic stuff. There's nothing like you're going to have a vision as far as I'm concerned. I do, I have dreams and stuff like that, but that could be totally unrelated to the ayahuasca, so I wouldn't even put those things together. But I would take the ayahuasca. I'll put an article in the link in the description below so that you can read on this, where they called like purge-uasca, basically using just ayahuasca to purge old stuff, old bad vibrations, or whatever you want to call it, just old stuff. And I would say that's purposefully what I was using it for. And the Sananga drops, again, to see more clearly. And I do believe there's a combination between spiritual and physical. I think they're all reflections of each other. And so I do want to use it in the spiritual sense. And so I went through the pain, because I did believe that it was sort of releasing samskaras and that sort of thing, that these old past trauma, hard moments in my life that I want to purge through. And you would end up crying because of the pain, but there may just be a release of crying after you take the Sananga drops that can come about because of this, where the body is just releasing old stuff. So if you just want to be able to see better, go to the eye doctor and get some glasses, better prescription. That is really the path of least resistance to being able to see more clearly. I was using the Sananga drops as a spiritual way to release past trauma quicker, in my opinion. And hopefully, it's because I have some of these limiting beliefs that say basically, no pain, no gain. Some people have that, some people don't. I also saw a video from somebody who went to Dr. Joe Dispenza, and he actually cleared his eyesight up through meditation with no pain, and there was gain. So I believe that's possible. I just know that the way I work, I did have some of those limiting beliefs where I feel like I do have to go through some pain to get some gain. And so I did. I chose to do that personally for myself. And so, like I mentioned, the clarity that I was getting when I would look and see out the lake, I can show a picture of what I was seeing, which is just the lake, but I could see farther. And I just woke up one day after using the drops, and I think it was probably a couple of weeks into it, but I don't remember, and I wasn't really paying attention. I didn't write it down or anything. But I went outside, as I would, because they say to, just go out and view nature after you take the drops, so that you can get your eyes used to looking out in the far distances and things like that. And so I was looking out past the lake, and I realized that, this was another day. It wasn't like right after I took the drops, but I just looked and I was like, I can see more clearly. It was a noticeable difference. Now, I'd been exercising with my Ring Fit Adventure, and you wouldn't know to look at my arms, the difference, but there is a difference. I can feel it when I touch my arm, because you can just tell when you've touched a body part, you can feel, wow, that feels firmer or not, if it happens within a good amount of time, as in like a short amount of time. if it's over a long distance, you're very used to the gradualness of it. But if it happens pretty shortly, you can just tell. And I just went outside and I looked past the lake and I was like, I can see more clearly. This is working. It just, it had, it was like when I take a photo and then I put it into Photoshop and then I change the contrast. Like the contrast was a lot better. The colors, they were popping. It was more vibrant. And because it was more vibrant and because it felt like there was more contrast, I could see like the dark, if you had a leaf, you know, you can see like a dark shape around the leaf as if there was like outlines or something. You can tell that you could just, it makes it easier to see things more clearly when there's that contrast and bounce of different colors. I have read somewhere that it helps with that, with colors, but able to see the differences in shades and such. And I guess if you saw the differences in shades, it would help you to get more of an in-depth view. I've also been using a camera more often. I like zooming in and zooming out, like changing the blur, the focus, and things like that. And I think that kind of helps your eyes to get an idea of what they should be doing, what they have not been doing, and what they should be doing. I would never say that 100% sure the Sananga drops are what help this, because I've been throwing everything but the kitchen sink at my body, my health, my eyes. In particular, I was using lutein. I started eating raw pineapples for the bromelain because that's supposed to help heal your floaters, which I have not really noticed too much a difference there. Except I really kind of slacked off on the raw pineapple. I have some in the freezer, but I haven't been using it. But I have been using the drops. And so I noticed the big difference was right, you know, during that time period when I was using the drops. I will say that all the other things I've been doing for my eyes have obviously been working, such as exercise. I mean, I mentioned exercise to my eye doctor and he said that's, you know, really good for that. Getting outside and being able to see long distances. I can also put a link to a woman's channel who was talking about this book, and I've forgotten the name of the book, but I can put that in the description as well. And it's about healing your eyes. I think it's Dr. Bates, actually. So I'll put the link in the description box below. But he talks about healing your eyes naturally, but to do that, you need to not have your glasses on. And I know that that could be hindering my ability to heal my eyes in some ways, because every day I put my glasses on and they get used to this, and so it's difficult to get out of this. Anyway, I'll put the links below. She explains it, the Dr. Bates explains it, and I'm not going to get into all that stuff here, but there are exercises to help heal your eyes, which I was doing. And there's other, you know, things that were going on. I was exercising, I was losing weight, I'm eating healthier versus milk and dairy. That stuff's gone. You know, I'm not eating meat. So, you know, I'm eating healthier. I'm exercising. There's a lot of things going on. 2014, I will give a timeline of this. In 2014, I got my last prescription before this last time, just a week ago. And so in 2014, I got a prescription. So let's say every year I would have to get a new prescription normally. So sometime in 2015, I probably would have had to get a new prescription. However, in 2015, I had a dream, which I've discussed on this channel, which was spiritual to me. And I started to pray to eat healthier, get healthier, to like healthier foods, to enjoy healthier foods. I was praying for the strength to, you know, cook my own meals rather than being lazy and procrastinating or just using a microwave. You know, I use the stove now. I don't use the microwave. Haven't since 2015. So there's a lot of things that, you know, there is this 2015 to 2016, I was moving into vegetarianism. 2016 to 2017, I think it was into veganism at that point. So I was changing my diet. I was working on getting healthier, and every single day I was, you know, focused on how to be spiritually better. And I do believe that our spiritual condition is related to our physical condition. The fat was melting off me, though I did not realize it. I've done a video about that before. I didn't notice that I had gotten so fat until I had realized how thin I was, and I saw an old picture of myself. So I'd gotten, a lot healthier in those years. However, like I mentioned, the clarity, the long vision, that stuff just happened to me the summer, like a few weeks after I've been taking the Sananga drops. And so I definitely believe it was the Sananga drops, but that's my opinion, my thoughts on it. But yes, I was doing lots of other things. And, it could have been other things. It could have been meditation. Maybe it had nothing to do with the Sananga drops. If some guy can, wake up and have completely healed vision just after meditation, then I could get more clarity regardless of the Sananga drops. So I cannot say for sure that that's where, this healing came from, but I knew that my eyes were healed in that way and that I could see more clearly at that point in time. And I just got proof, and that's why I'm doing this video. I was just like, wow, really, 2020 vision to 2015. I have proof. I mean, to me, that's just amazing. And I amazed my doctor. And that's another thing is with the law of attraction. A few years ago, I was trying to visualize myself going to the eye doctor and just amazing the eye doctor. Now I'm a little upset because I wanted to be less of a prescription instead of getting a stronger prescription, even though it's only slightly stronger. And it's been 7 years. I did fantastic. I'm still looking forward to a point where I could go in and just be like, yeah, you don't need glasses anymore. You've healed them naturally. That's what I want. That's a vision of mine. And I don't know if I'm going to get there or not, but I'd like to. And this is just, it was really great. It was great going into the eye doctor and saying, 2015, whew, that I really healed my eyes in that respect. And the pressure went down. He said, went from 20 to 18, so dropped by 2 points there. I'm not entirely sure what that is all about, but it got better because 20 is on the edge, and you're higher than 20, it's bad. And so I got it lowered, which is great. With Sananga drops, I was diluting with colloidal silver, and it's because with the pure Sananga drops, people were saying the pain lasts for 20 to 40 minutes. I was like, no, I'm not doing that. So I diluted it with colloidal silver, and I use the colloidal silver in my eyes previously, but I'd also heard somebody said, oh, you can dilute it with that. And so I was like, okay, I'll do that. I think other people could just use distilled water if they did not have colloidal silver, but you would not want to use tap water because there's parasites in tap water, and the distilled water is clear, and you have to use distilled water to make colloidal silver. And anyway, so that's why I use colloidal silver with mine, and I heavily diluted it so that if I use my drops, then the pain lasts for 10 seconds or so, maybe 20 seconds. A lot better than 20 minutes. Hell yeah. So I'm not doing that. I was going to dilute mine. Because I diluted it, they're lasting a long time. You're not supposed to use it every single day nonstop. Some people were saying use it, every day for a couple of weeks and then stop. And so I don't use it that often, but sometimes I do. And I'm not going to say exactly when I use it and when I don't. And this isn't advice for doing it anyway. So I'm just sharing my experience. I usually would take the ayahuasca drops and the Sananga drops at the same time. I will explain. Ayahuasca drops go underneath your tongue. You just hold it under your tongue. Sananga drops are into the eye. I won't say straight into the eye. What I was told is to look up, close your eyes, and then drop it. So, drop it into the corner of your eye. Maybe I can share a video of that somewhere else on this. But you drop it into the corner of your eye while they're closed, into both corners, so you don't just do one eye, freak out, and don't do the other eye. So you put it into both corners of your eye while they're closed, and then open it when you feel right to do that. I would try to put the drop cap on the bottle again while my eyes are closed, so I'm not holding it while I'm squirming around as the pain starts. While I do this, I also do the Ho'oponopono mantra, which is I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. To me, when I'm doing it, I'm cleansing myself of old, Dr. Hewlin would call it memories or data, old stuff, samskaras, things like that, just old traumas, and just let that stuff come out. And it is painful at that time, but you come out with a clarity and a feeling of peace, and so, yeah, I do the Ho'oponopono while I have the drops, and often will rub my hands together or clap. It just releases energy without hurting myself. So, yeah, I mean, some people, you might slap your leg or something. Like, there's energy. It hurts. And so the clapping was good for me, except of course it gets the dogs excited, which is just a whole nother thing. But yeah, I would do that with the ayahuasca drops personally for inner healing. And yes, I do believe, in my opinion, that that's why I have 20/15 vision with, clarity with my eyeglasses. So it's not like I can see, I forget exactly how you would say that. I can't see 20/15 without my glasses. I need a prescription to do it, but it's about clarity. And so, yeah, I could tell when I was looking across the lake, it's just like, wow, this is so clear and amazing, vibrant. I love it. And I don't use the drops all the time. You have to keep them in the refrigerator. I'm not even sure how long it'll last for. But if it's not kept in the refrigerator, it can mold through just being warmed up. So that's why I have to be kept in the fridge. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to put in here. It's just that, I'm throwing everything but the kitchen sink at my eyes. I cannot say 100% sure it was the Sananga drops, but I believe it was, just because of the timing in particular. And that is what it's meant to do. So maybe I'll read a little bit off of a website to explain about what the Sananga drops are advertised to do. And you'll see it is about clarity and seeing farther, which is exactly what I got out of it. So this is from the Psychedelic Times. It's about Sananga. For traditional Amazonian tribespeople, Sananga is a powerful eye medicine used to sharpen night vision. For modern seekers of spiritual healing, however, Sananga does more than help with hunting. Often used as a precursor to ayahuasca ceremonies by the Caxinawa and Matsis tribes of Brazil, hopefully I pronounced that okay, these powerful eye drops have a healing power that's more energetic than physical, and that has the capacity to increase spiritual insight in the minds of those who use it. Sananga is potent medicine, and while you can administer Sananga for yourself without undergoing a guided ceremony, it's important to find a reputable source and to educate yourself on its proper usage beforehand. Scrolling down. Benefits of Sananga. Sananga is still used by many tribes in the heart of the Amazon, but its benefits are reaching the rest of the world as these tribes open up ceremonies to outsiders and train those who are interested in the administration of the eye drops. Used either in conjunction with ayahuasca or as a standalone treatment, Sananga shows powerful potential to treat a spectrum of physical and psychospiritual illnesses. Treats and prevents ocular diseases such as glaucoma, cataracts, farsightedness, nearsightedness, astigmatism, and blindness. I'm not going to say that it actually treats those things. I'm just reading an article from somebody else who is saying those things. Check out with your doctor if you were going to try to use it. Detoxifies the body, increases visual perception, and enhances colors. That's where I might have gotten the color thing. Clears long-standing inner anger. I would say that could be when you are using the drops, you're getting out a lot of frustration, and it can bring these things up. So I would probably say I agree with that one. I think that's probably true. This is a spiritual perspective. Used in conjunction, helps with mental disorders such as addiction, depression, and anxiety. I have no idea about those things. Resets energetic field. Again, I wouldn't know, but I feel like it's helped me. But then I use it with ayahuasca, and I can't really tell which one is the one that's, benefiting, me spiritually so much there. Treats spiritual diseases. Panama, I don't know exactly what word that is, caused by negative energies in the body. These spiritual diseases can accumulate in a person's energetic body and make a person depressed and anxious. So take that for whatever it's worth. It's just some blog on the internet saying these things. But I would say that it has helped me spiritually. But most importantly, the point I was trying to make with this is that it does help me to release the samskaras, which could be what they're talking about, negative energies or whatever. That's not how I view it personally, but that could be what they're talking about. And that it has actually physically increased my vision. The human eye is a particularly sensitive organ, which means that Sananga ceremony can be painful. These sacred shamanic eye drops cause an intense burning that usually lasts a few minutes. I've heard 20 to 40 minutes, so I don't know why they're saying a few minutes. Unless somebody's diluting it. I diluted it. I don't know how much somebody would dilute it versus another person. But the ones I got from the Soul Vine were very intense, which I diluted a lot to get it the right amount for myself. Shamans advise you breathe deeply into the intensity to gain the most from its benefits. It is by leaning into the pain that you can cleanse not only your eyes, but your mind and spirit as well. Once the pain leaves and the Sananga is no longer in your body, you're left with a feeling of immense relaxation. Because of its cleansing properties, Sananga is often used in preparation for an ayahuasca ceremony. Proper conditions for use, Sananga can be used alone or in conjunction with ayahuasca or kambo. I'm not sure what kambo is. I'm not going to get into that. If you're interested in experiencing the healing power of Sananga, you can administer the eye drops yourself, but it's important to find a reputable source and to educate yourself before use. If you want to learn more about the proper set and setting for your personal Sananga ceremony at home or buy Sananga eye drops from our online shop, click the button below. So I'm not trying to advertise. I've never used Psychedelic Times. I don't know if they're a reputable source or not. This is the Soul Vine website, and so this is where I got my ayahuasca B caapi. I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce the B and B caapi. I'm not even sure if I got the caapi right. But anyway, the Sananga, you can see the flower here. Sananga is made from the roots and bark of the Tabernamatana, or Namatana. I'm not sure exactly how to say that. Undulatus shrub, a milkwood species in the family. Okay, I'm not going to pronounce that, but you can see it on the screen, and I'll leave a link below for the article if you want to copy and paste it. And it comes from the Amazonian tribes peoples. This sacred and potent medicine is used for healing physical and spiritual ailments by clearing the mind of distractive energies and allowing for a complete new way of perceiving and focusing. Although Sananga is said to contain ibogaine alkaloids, there is actually little evidence to suggest this is in fact true. Tabernamatana is not actually a genus, but a subfamily, and therefore also classified as this long word that I'm not going to try to say. All right, McKenna reports that only some of the several dozen or so plants in the subfamily contain ibogaine. Others, like undulata, may only have analgesic or sedative properties. The pure spirit of Sananga supports a deep cleansing of blocked energies on emotional, physical, and spiritual levels. Sananga can balance and increase your energies and find the roots of your diseases and blockages, leading to a complete equilibrium, focus, and peace of mind. Moreover, the drops will expand your spiritual vision and awareness and enhance your ability to read other people's intentions. I'm not sure about that. Maybe. Also, Sananga increases your long-range vision, which is important for visualizations and predictions of the future. A part of this, the drops are also used to cure and improve a broad range of ocular problems. Lambert et al. 2010. Like myopia, depth and color perception, definition of images, and detection accuracy. Furthermore, this magical medicine is indicated in cases of severe eye diseases such as glaucoma, cataract, and blindness. So maybe it's coming from that Lambert study. As these drops can exert such powerful effects on your visualization, they are also commonly applied before or during ayahuasca ceremonies to increase visualization and spiritual insights. Even though Sananga is famous for its effects on vision and visualization, this medicine is considered to be an indigenous all-purpose remedy. It's applied for febrifuge, emetic, diuretic, calmative, and several other diseases. Furthermore, Sananga is often used to cure skin illnesses, dermatitis, suppress appetite, Jerningen 2009, ease dental problems, Shepard 1999, and counteract snake bite wounds and poisoning, cure eye wounds and rheumatism, Sands Bizet et al. 2009, Schultz 1979. Maybe I can look up those studies and get those links in the description box. Otherwise, you can look them up. I'll leave this link for sure from the Soulvine up there. Another important curative aspect of the Apocynaceae family is its widely explored antimicrobial activity, which showed that this family has strong antioxidant. Pereira et al. 2005, anti-cancer, Kingston et al. 1977, Gunasekera et al. 1980, anti-fertility/contraceptive, Meyer et al. 1973, antipyretic, fever-reducing, anti-inflammatory, Teositical et al. 2003, antimicrobacterial, Piera et al. 2005, and antimicrobial, Beek et al. 1984, Suffredini et al. 2002, Ruta et al. 2009 effects. I'm not sure if they're just applying it to those specific areas of the body externally, topically, or ingesting it. So yeah, look into the studies if you want more information on those things. Traditionally, tribes like the Matsis use Sananga as a hunting tool to obtain sharp perception and concentration, and to enable the detection of subtle movements in the dark jungle, Lambert et al. 2010. Moreover, the drops can enable strong visualizations of the prey or the plant to be hunted, allowing for a quick and successful quest. Often, Sananga is combined with other hunting tools like Kambo, which further enhance the hunting skills. For most indigenous tribes, hunting means survival and therefore signifies an exceptionally important and crucial ability. The tribes believe that becoming a good hunter and a good aimer can only be achieved by using sacred plants. These sacred plants enhance the perception and sharpness, intention, sense of smell, endurance, and luck. Therefore, hunting tools like Sananga and Kambo account for about a quarter of all medicinal plants used in indigenous tribes. Shepard, 1999. Origin, creation, and application. Sananga eye drops are made from the Tabernamontana, I'm not sure if I pronounced it, undulata shrub that grows in Acre, Brazil, and other South American countries, and is known to the Caxanawas tribe as Manahines and as Besheti to the Matsis. Manahines or Besheti belong to the Apocynaceae family, the same family that Iboga belongs to. Koenig et al. 2015. The bark of the root of the shrub is first ground to a very fine powder that is strained various times through a cotton mesh, and finally it's extracted into a juice. When applied on the skin, Sananga leaves are softened by fire and applied directly on the affected part, or the latex from the root is mixed with water and applied with a cloth. Van Beek et al. 1984. It can also be applied with a drink made with a water extract of the root bark. Okay. Active ingredients and effects. Sananga is said to contain an abundance of alkaloids. Liu et al. 2013. It has been hinted that Sananga includes the potent active ingredient is ibogaine, Koenig et al. 2015. However, the statement has yet to be scientifically proven. Apart from ibogaine, several other alkaloids such as coronaridin, cubrocydin, haninin, hydroxycoronaridin, I'm not sure if I'm getting these right. Anyway, you can see them. Van Beek et al. 1984, Del Monache et al. 1977, have been thought to also be contained in Sananga. All of these alkaloids have powerful psychoactive effects, and AO can exert strong antibiotic effects. I would say, there's no psychedelic stuff when I'm taking them, so I'm not sure about the psychoactive effects, unless you're like going to take a large dose or something, or drinking it versus drops in the eyes or something. I'm not sure exactly how that's happening. There can be slight differences in the composition of Sananga. The Basheti from the Matsis tribe contains that root, whereas the Sananga eye drops from the Kaksanawa tribe contains Kunakip roots. Both of these roots are known to produce strong vision that are very useful for successful hunting. Jernigan, 2009. Dose and instructions. Before applying Sananga, you should think carefully on the power of your intention. Every medicine can only achieve and help what you are intending. Only 1 drop per eye is enough for a powerful Sananga session. We recommend to find a calm and quiet place, either in nature or at home in a peaceful setting with meditative music. The acute effects will wear off after 10 to 15 minutes, yet subtle after effects can last for days. Make sure you lie down to enable a good application and leave your eyes closed during the session. It's important to apply 1 drop to both eyes and do not wait with the second drop. Apply it immediately to balance out the energies on both eyes. Place both drops on the inner corners of your eyes while they are closed. You can place both hands on your eyes without putting any pressure on your eyes to make it dark and more suitable. Therefore, you should blink with your eyelids for a short while, or thereafter you should blink with your eyelids for a short while to distribute the liquid over the whole eye. You can roll your eyes to left and right and around, then close them again. Ideally, you find a second person who can apply the Sananga for you. I'm just going to make a mental note here, or verbal note, I guess, there's a YouTube video I was watching where it talks about how if you ever want to get rid of your fears, when you are in a moment where you're afraid, look to the left and then look to the right really fast, like left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. And you can do that while you're using this. It can help you to release your fear, and I'll leave a link below if I can find that. Shortly after the application to the eyes, most users report a strong burning and intense prickly pain sensation. Yet these effects reside for a few minutes and can be alleviated by focusing on your breathing intention and by visualizing how the pain removes your blocked energies and brings deep healing. Moreover, in some cases, you may also experience vomiting and bowel movements, which are further indications of the removal of blocked energies and illness. Try to surrender fully and relax as much as possible. So yeah, I have never experienced that, but like I said, I have highly diluted my Sananga drops. Cautions. Contact lenses should be removed before applying Sananga. You would not want your contact lenses in while using it for sure. Storage, please keep the bottle refrigerated. The ingredients are very fragile and can easily decompose and catch molds or fungi, which I mentioned earlier. So this really isn't about suggesting people use it, but I just wanted to give a general overview about what Sananga has been advertised as. And I do feel like it's helped me to release old samskaras, and as I mentioned, I feel like it is the reason why I can see with 20/15 vision now. After recording the first few videos, I got a phone call saying my glasses were in. Here are the new glasses. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm hoping to maybe do a meditation in the future for being able to see clearly without glasses. I'd really like to get that done. I think that's something that I can do. And so I might post that on this channel, but I also just might post it on my meditation channel, the Hacking Your Life with Meditations, Affirmations, and Visualizations. I'll leave a link below for that YouTube channel if you want to subscribe to that channel. I'm also still uploading on the Abraham Hicks channel if you want to subscribe and you weren't and you like Abraham Hicks. Some of the viewers on this channel might not be into Abraham Hicks, so, you know, whatever your preferences are, I'm using specific channels for specific ideas, and I do want to be able to get a meditation up for being able to see clearly, because there's a lot of videos. Check out the links below, because I couldn't find the Dr. Joe Dispenza video that I was thinking about, but there is a woman who healed her eyes via meditation. So check out the links below so that you can watch those videos from Dr. Joe Dispenza. Really good stuff. I know that we can heal our eyes through, you know, meditation, and our minds play a big part in things. So, you know, there is that chance that I healed my eyes just because I had less resistance because I was using the drops. Not because of the drops themselves, but because, you know, placebo effect. So there's always that chance. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I thought it was an interesting, just interesting that I was able to get my eyes to 2015 vision. It's kind of backwards, but I started in 2015 and then it's 2020 and, well, 2021 now. But making so much fun about 2020 being like perfect vision year, and then everything went crazy. But now I'm 2015, which goes back to 2015 when I went vegetarian and started healing my eyes. Regardless, I find that interesting, but you might not. I'm rambling, so I'm going to end this video. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for listening, and bye.